All right. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to this 30-minute practice. I'm really glad that you stopped whatever you were doing and made time for this. Your time will not be wasted. I don't know that I can guarantee that. I hope that you don't feel that your time is wasted. If you have props for class, we're going to use one, maybe two yoga blocks and a yoga strap, which is back there. If you have a dog leash, if you have a scarf, stretchy pair of pants, all those things are great. If you don't have access to a block, grab a really firm pillow, like maybe a couch cushion. And we're going to get started. If you like to follow along with the playlist, I'm pressing play on the one linked below now. We don't need to be perfectly synced up. We're just kind of creating a vibe. And let's get started together in child's pose. If child's pose is not comfortable for you, find any other grounding, restful shape. But child's pose is where I will be. You can keep your blocks and your strap nearby, but off to the side for now. Bring your toes to touch, knees open as wide as feels comfortable. Let your fingertips crawl forward, resting the forehead on the mat. And just start to let your body release and relax. Softening any tension, ungripping your jaw. Let's just take a couple big breaths together here. Take a big breath in through your nose. Big breath out the mouth, maybe even an audible sigh. Good, again, like that big in-breath, filling up, feeling your belly press against your thighs, your rib cage expand. And a big breath out. One more, just like that. Biggest breath yet. Fill up. And a long, slow breath out, pushing out all the air. Good. A couple more rounds of breath, just returning to something that feels a little more natural. And use these next couple breaths just to build some more awareness of the way your body feels, the quality of your attention, the emotional state you're in. Just notice what's there, what's asking to be noticed. And maybe you set an intention for your practice here. It can be something really simple, like staying connected to your breath. Or maybe there's a mantra or a phrase you find helpful that you want to repeat in your mind. Good. Crawl your fingertips off towards the top right corner of the mat, reaching, finding a big stretch through the left side body. If you're looking for a twist here, slide the right palm closer to your knee. Then use the right arm for leverage, gaze up and over the right shoulder, big breath in wherever you are. Then with your exhale, return to center. Let's crawl towards the left side of the mat this time. Big stretch along the right rib cage, maybe even along the right hip and armpit. If you're looking for a twist, left hand slides down by the knee. Push into the left hand, maybe gaze over the left shoulder. Breathe in. And breathe out, return to center. Crawl yourself forward into Sphinx Pose. So you're laying down flat on your tummy. I'm gonna offer you a dynamic stretch here. If it doesn't feel good, you can stay in Sphinx. So Sphinx is legs as wide as feels good. Toes tucked or toes flat, whatever's better for you. Arms like the number 11. The closer your elbows are to your body, the bigger this is going to feel like a back bend. But think about spreading open through the collarbones. You could stay here. If you want something a little more dynamic, come all the way down onto your chest. Slide your hands a little further in front of you so they're like kind of in line with your eyebrows. And as you inhale, push. So you're lengthening both arms. And then lift the chin if it feels good. And let your exhale bring you all the way back down. So whichever version of this you're taking, I invite you to take 5 press ups if you're going this route. If you're staying in Sphinx, that's all good. Maybe you start to move the neck a little bit, open and close the jaw. And whichever variation you're in, your glutes are firm because they're helping to support the low back, but they're not like gripped tight. So maybe find a more balanced engagement of, you know, the booty muscle. If you're doing press ups, I've got one more after this. Good. Last press up. If you're in Sphinx pose, last, you know, silent scream if that's what you're doing with your face. I can't see you. I don't know. And when you're all done, we'll press up onto all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Start to find some cat and cow. So as you inhale, tipping the tailbone up, stretching the heart forward. And as you exhale, pushing your arms and legs into the ground, finding a lift through the back of your heart. Move between these two shapes, following your breath. Good, and you might keep going with cat and cow, or you might start to add in some hip circles. So from a neutral spine, send your hips back into the right ankle, and then forward, and then maybe back and towards the left ankle. Maybe you move a little bit between cat and cow, just adding this in at the end. There's no wrong way to do any of this. Just stick with the breath. Good, you could stick with either of those first two if you're looking for one more little spinal movement to add on from a neutral spine. Wag your hips off towards the right and either look back towards the left ankle or towards the right. One of these is probably going to feel better in your body. So we're just going straight, hips straight to the side, and then either looking over the opposite shoulder or the same shoulder. And you're just going to keep kind of rocking back and forth like you're wagging your tail. Keep breathing. Good. One more full round of whatever you're working on here. Nice job. All right. Hands stay where they are. Just send one foot back. Start to glide on the ball mount of your toes. We're just kind of stretching out through the back of the leg, through the ankle. And switch legs here. All right, we'll get seated in hero's pose next. So grab your block or your big pillow. This is uncomfortable for the knees. Sit in any other way that feels better. We're going to be doing shoulder flossing, so also keep your straps nearby. So for hero's pose, I like to sit on one or even two blocks. Your knees will touch and your heels are wider, and then you can put the block down on the ground and sit on it to decrease the angle of flexion in your knees. Maybe you do just one block, maybe none if you have like Gumby knees. I do not. So hero's pose. Good. And then grab for your strap or your dog leash or your cat leash. I don't know. We're going to hold the strap out long in front of you and find like a shoulder plus width grip, not too wide, and find a little bit of tension on your strap. So shoulders are active. As you breathe in, lift it up overhead. And as you exhale, like W arms, pull the strap down. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, arms come forward. Maybe you round through the spine like cat pose. And we'll move with the breath like this. Inhale up. Exhale back. Maybe arms come to a W, stretching across the chest. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale forward. Find 3 more rounds of this, following your own breath. Good, nice job. There's no rush. See if you can make your movement last for the full duration of your breath. In and out. Awesome job. I'm on my last full round. Opening through the heart, through the throat. Awesome job. When you're all done, you can set the strap off to the side. We're done with it for today. Roll onto one hip, remove the block from underneath you, set it towards the back of your mat. Send your legs out long in front of you and just give them like a nice wiggle. You can find some movement through the ankles, maybe drawing some circles in one direction, switching direction. Nice job. All right, now bring your feet in front of you. Palms of your feet, the bottoms of your feet are on the floor, knees are up wide. Find a wider stance through your legs. So your feet should be much wider than your hips here. Hands are behind you, lifting up through the chest. If it's too hard to reach the ground comfortably, put your blocks behind you. You can use them to bring the ground a little closer. Inhale, lift up through your heart. As you exhale, drop your knees off towards the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop them over towards the right. Good, let's do that one more time through. Inhale. And exhale. Bringing a little internal and external rotation to the hip. We'll keep going here. There's the invitation to add like a little reach and twist. So inhale to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Swoop the right arm straight across and reach like you're grabbing a glass of water that's a little too far away. And then come back. Inhale through center. Exhale, knees to the right. Reaching, the weight is in your bottom hip. You might feel a nice stretch through the glute and outer hip. And then return. Let's do 3 more rounds of this, moving on your own. If the reach is just like not it for you, you can focus on the hips and that lift through the heart from a more stationary position. Nice job. I've got one more full round. Feels so good after sitting all day, man. Good, we're back to center here. Make sure your blocks are towards the back of your mat if you moved them, and find downward facing dog. So your blocks are close to where your feet are. Once you're in downward facing dog, pedal out through the legs. Notice any sensations through your calves, through your hamstrings, maybe your low back. And strengthen your arms here. Spread your fingers wide. Grip at the mat with your finger pads, and then press through those big knuckles that connect your fingers to your palms. Push the earth away. Relax your neck here. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. Inhale, rock forward to a high plank. Don't panic, just breathe. And as you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. We're gonna do a little dynamic warm up here. As you inhale, bend your knees, come all the way to standing. Take your time. Arms reach up high. And as you exhale, palms come through the heart, bend the knees, come straight back down, and walk back out to a high plank. These are called walkouts. Isn't that really ingenuitive? Inhale here. Exhale, walk back. All the way back to your feet. Good. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise up, arms high, legs strong. Exhale, all the way back down, soft knees, and walk it out to high plank. Good. Breathe in here, charge up your body. Exhale, walk the hands back. Let's do 3 more of these. You got it. Inhale, rise, strong legs, strong core. Exhale, bend, fold forward, and walk out. Breathe in here. Exhale, walk it back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold, and walk out. Awesome controlled movements. Inhale here. Exhale, walk it back. There's this one and then one more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Use the whole breath. Inhale to walk out. I'm changing the breath, sorry guys. Exhale to walk back. Last one here. Make your breath as full as you can. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk out to high plank. Exhale, walk it back. This time, stay in your fold. Grab one of your blocks, put it right in the middle of your mat underneath your nose. Toss your right hand or your right fist onto the block. Bend the left knee bend the right knee and then reach the left arm up high. Good, hold and breathe here in this big twist. Notice any sensations through the left side of the left leg, that outer edge. Could you reach your left arm a little higher towards the sky? Breathe in. And as you exhale, like you're swimming, reach the left fingertip forward and then come back down. Let's try the other side. Left hand on the block, bend the left knee. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Hold and breathe here. Stay steady with the breath. Extending long through both arms. Big breath in. Exhale, swim the right arm forward, 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 and then down. Let's flow with the breath 3 times through. Inhale, reach the left arm high. Exhale, swim forward. Switch hands. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, swim forward. Nice job. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, reach. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, reach one more time through. Take this one on your own. Breath is big and long. The next time you come down into a fold, set the block off towards the side. Just hang out in ragdoll pose. Feet can be a little wider. Let your spine stretch long as the crown of your head reaches down towards the earth. Maybe you find a little sway side to side. Maybe you grab for opposite elbows or interlace your hands at the back of your neck to decompress your cervical spine. Whew. Good, relax your fingertips down towards the ground, bend your knees generously, bring yourself up to stand. Bum, bum, bum. All right, we're doing great on time. I'm very proud of all of us, but especially myself for keeping the time. Find a long stance facing one of the long edges of your mat. Long edge of the mat. All right, we're gonna do some little steps here from standing, start to strengthen through the legs, bring a little more hip opening, should feel really nice. Okay, so toes are out, heels are in. Take a big breath in, stretch the arms up high. This is star pose. As you exhale, goddess pose. Sink the hips low, palms come down through heart center. If it feels better to kind of keep moving side to side here, that's all good. You're gonna start to feel this really through the glutes and through the thighs. And I want you to find this like tucking sensation just ever so slightly through the tailbone. So our tendency here might be to like really make this curve in the low back. It's okay for there to be a natural curve, but think about sending your hips forward a little bit, like cowboy, pew, pew. It's a weird time to make a joke about guns. I regret doing that. Here we are. We're breathing, we're hanging out. Option here to bring the left arm underneath the right and find eagle arms. Just a static stretch through the shoulders. And really bring the breath here, especially when this starts to feel tough. You're like, you wanna quit. Can you bring a more powerful breath and not try to not feel the pain or the intense sensations, but breathe through it, allow it to be there and kind of transcend those sensations through the power of your breath. Let's take one more big breath in together. And more big breath out. Good, unwind your arms. Inhale, star pose, press up. Exhale towards your left foot, warrior two. We're going to the left side first. I feel like the left side gets the short end of the stick. So we're bending into the left knee. Arms are out long at your sides. Your right foot is either kind of parallel to that short edge of your mat or maybe turned in slightly. Gaze down at your front leg. Notice if your knee is a little sickled in. Maybe you actually turn your toes to point out a little bit. Let the knee track over the middle toe or more towards the pinky toe. Squeeze that mat together underneath you. Good, send the arms long. Take a breath in here. Exhale, sink one tiny inch lower. Good, inhale, straighten the front leg, high triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Again, inhale, high triangle, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, warrior two. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Keep the legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. Side stretch through the left side. Relax the left shoulder. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, extended side angle. Option to rest the left arm on the thigh. Really focus on the lengthening through the whole right side. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax something. Inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in. Get, woo, don't fall down, get big. Exhale, goddess. We're going back down into the squat. Again, maybe you're keeping this little movement side to side. Let's go right into eagle arms on the other side. So the other way for you, for me, it's right arm on the bottom. Think about a little tuck of the tailbone. Think about pressing your knees out. Like if you were like a waffle machine, legs going in would be closing on the waffle. You're like opening the machine to get the waffle out. You know, you're with me. You're like, Abby, we don't know. We haven't seen a waffle machine in years. Good, keep breathing. Maybe you could sink half an inch lower here. It's definitely tough, but you are tougher, especially when you have the power of your breath behind you, reminding you can do hard things. You can be in uncomfortable situations without losing your cool. Take a breath in. Stay for your exhale, stay with it, good. Unwind the arms, inhale, straighten both legs, star pose. And now exhale to the right leg, whew, warrior two. The legs are getting it, but they're gonna stretch after this, don't worry, it's gonna feel great. All right, arms are out long. I want you to find the proudest chest you can here. And from this heart space right in the middle, think about sending out a ripple of energy through both fingertips, maybe even wiggle the fingertips. Could you make your arms even stronger here? Like if I could reach through the screen and try to knock them down, they wouldn't be going anywhere. You're drawing this stability up through the core. It's powered by your breath. Stay here for a couple more breaths. You got it. Awesome. Inhale, straighten the front leg, high triangle, arms reach, maybe look up. Exhale, back to warrior two. Good. Inhale, press up. Exhale, warrior two. Two more. Inhale. Full exhale. Nice job. Last one like this. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Stay with the legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach the right fingertips up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Rest the right arm. Stretch through the whole left side. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Inhale, star pose. Reach up high, toes out, heels in. Exhale, last time coming down to goddess squat. We're going to take some twists here. Bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, look over the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. Let's go one more time through. Inhale. And exhale, awesome breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, last little twist. Good, return to center. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Turn your toes in, heels out. Hinge at the hips, coming down. If the floor is a little far away, grab your blocks, keep them in front of you. This is our last standing shape. We're going to finish out stretching on the floor. So if you feel warm enough to get upside down and that's something you've been waiting to do, you can go for it. Otherwise, this is still an inversion. Your head is still below your heart. Relax your shoulders. Notice what changes if you shift your weight more towards your toes, tipping the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Good. If you're upside down or doing something asymmetrical, come on down, even out your sides. We're not going to rise all the way back up. We're going to go from this shape down onto the ground. So maybe you take a breath in, find a little halfway lift through the spine. And as you exhale, bring your feet closer together. Maybe come onto the floor. All right. How am I doing on time? We do have time to use the blocks for one stretch. Yes, you only need one of these and you don't need it just yet. We're gonna do seated figure four from a seated position today. So your feet are on the ground, knees up high, arms are behind you. Again, we're finding this lift up through the chest. We're not collapsing down, rounding through the spine. Blocks are here if it helps you kind of bring the ground a little closer. Cross the right ankle over the left knee, flex your right toes back towards your leg, and then move these legs as far away from you or as close to you as feels right for the amount of intensity you're looking for. And you might kind of like do a little rocking motion here. Our outer hips just did a lot of work for us in that standing series, so giving them a moment to unclench, to stretch, release. And let's switch out the sides. So left ankle comes on top. This might be a much tighter side for you, or maybe a more mobile side. There's nothing wrong with that. Just notice. Make whatever adjustments you need to feel the most supported and comfortable here. Keep breathing. Good. Let this left leg come down. Send your legs out long in front of you. Give your legs a little wiggle. We'll take a seated forward fold next. So legs are long. Wiggle any flesh out from underneath your booty so you feel rooted through the sit bones. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips with a long spine. Reach your heart towards your feet. Bend your knees as much as you need to. You can stay still, or maybe a little rock side to side feels good. Stay with your breath here. Gently come back up to a tall seat. Zombie your arms out in front of you. We're going to make our way down onto our back with control in 4, in 3, 2, and 1, all the way down. We're skipping the block stretch because time has continued to pass, and I want to give you time to rest in Shavasana. So for now, let's find happy baby, sending the feet towards the sky, grabbing whatever feels most accessible, and let's keep your whole spine long on the ground. So maybe that's the backs of the legs. Maybe that's the ankles. Find any last movements you feel your body is asking for here as we prepare to rest in stillness for just a couple moments. When you're all ready, you can start to find your way
into a comfortable resting shape. Blocks are here to support you. If you like to try hips open still, bring the bottoms of your feet to touch, knees open wide, and then slide your blocks or your cushions underneath the backs of your thighs. And once you find yourself in whatever comfy position is working for you, take a big breath in and sigh it out the mouth. Take a big breath in. Hold at the top for just a moment. Big, slow breath out. Relax the body. Hold empty at the bottom just for a moment. And then big breath in, filling up. Holding at the top. Relaxing the body as you exhale. And then holding just for a moment once you're completely empty before breathing back in again. Keep this going on your own. This is a variation on square breath or equal parts breath that can help relax through the body by creating tension and then releasing it. As you continue to breathe, whether with this square breath or maybe something more natural, keep softening through the body, allowing yourself to rest and unwind completely. And we'll give you a couple moments in silence before we wrap up together. Keep breathing. And if it feels good to stay just like this, please, no rush. If you're ready to awaken, start to bring a deeper breath and some little movement to the toes and fingers, wrists and ankles. Eventually bringing yourself into a big full body stretch. Notice the space you've created in your body with just 30 minutes of attention and focus. And when you're ready, roll onto your favorite side. Press yourself up into a tall seat. We'll end with 3 big breaths together. I really wish you could see Donkey. She is like just out of frame, sprawled on the ground. All right, let's take 3 big breaths together. Inhale, reach the arms up high, lift the eyes if it feels good. Exhale, hands to heart, grounding yourself. Breathe and reach up high, open your heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, breathe in, biggest breath of the whole day. One more little sip of air. And then exhale to the heart. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye. May all beings everywhere be happy, healthy, safe, and free. Thank you so much for sharing this practice. All right. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could join here. I'm just going to give you like, there she is. There she is. Wow, just a bonus, some bonus content. Thank you again for coming. I hope you're feeling better than you were when we started. There's no yoga next week, but then we'll keep doing this 30, 45-minute switch. So I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you and good night.